Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a review of the Rain-X Waterless car wash. It comes in a spray bottle, picks them up from Walmart. Just going to see if it works. So before we do anything, please right now, before you do anything, click the subscribe button, click the like button if you like the video at the end. But more importantly, please click the subscribe button. And anyway, so without further ado, we'll get to looking at what our project today is going to be. So this is what I picked up from Walmart. Obviously not a sponsored video or anything. So this is the Rain-X Waterless Car Wash and Rain Repellent. Spray on, wipe off. Supposedly it was voted the product of the year for the Consumer Survey of Product Innovation for 2019. So it's just a spray bottle. Let's turn around here. So I've already used a little bit of this on a small part of the car. We'll go take a look at that. So basically it just tells you, just like anything that you put on your car, you don't want to do it in the heat, do it in a shaded area. So anyway, there's the basic directions there. I think this stuff was $7 or $8, something like that. So anyway, let's go take a look at the car. It's a little windy out today, so I'm not gonna do a whole lot out here. But anyway, there's the, you can see, hopefully this is showing up on camera. You can see the dirt on the car. I don't know how well this is gonna work on the wheels or if I'm even gonna try to use it on the wheels, but you can see the dirt on the car. There's my little oopsie. So here's the other side. Just kind of an overall look at the car. So before I start wiping the car down, bringing it in the garage and wiping it down, I do want to say that this morning I did go out and I rinsed the car off with water. I just got back from work and out in West Texas, and it's really dusty. There's a lot of pollen, that kind of stuff floating around in the air right now. So I didn't want to grind any of that into the paint more than I had to. I mean, the car's not perfect, but especially the pollen, the car was just covered in pollen, so I didn't want to. I've got really bad allergies. I didn't want to be stirring that up here in the garage. With that being said, the car's still dirty. I just rinsed it off. I didn't wipe anything, obviously, from the footage you just saw. But anyway, so I'm going to bring it into the garage and we'll start spraying and wiping and see how this stuff does. All right, so I'm just gonna, just for the sake of camera here, and trying to make this look where you can see what's actually happening. We'll just hit one of these, like I said, we'll just hit one of these more dirty spots here on the car. Not gonna bore you with, so anyway, as soon as you squirt it on there, it looks like it moves the dirt around pretty good. So what you're supposed to do is soak down the area with this stuff and then come back and wipe it down with a clean, dry microfiber. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it seems to be working pretty good. Like I said, I tested just a little spot with it the other day as soon as I bought this stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'll do a video about this stuff. It looks pretty decent. So I don't know how cost effective this would be for like a bigger size car. This car is pretty small. that, so I just ignore that. This car's got some little dings and things on it, but so you can see that cleaned it up pretty good. You can certainly see the line here. You know, see how dirty that is versus that. It almost puts kind of a waxy feel on it. Certainly made that tail light look a lot better. You know, versus that tail light. It didn't feel scratchy. You know, you was kind of worried about. Of course, I mean, this car's old. It's got almost 190,000 miles on it, and it's not a show car or anything. I actually daily drive this car, drive the heck out of it. But anyway, so far so good. I'm gonna try to do a quick time lapse. It's just that easy. There's nothing. You know, doesn't take a whole lot of brains to figure this out. So I'm not gonna bore you with all that. But anyway, I'm gonna try to make a quick time lapse of doing this, and then we'll talk about how it looks at the end, and take a look at the overall car. We'll talk about it at the end and kind of what the overall car looks like, how it looks on the glass. Certainly looks good on that tail light for sure. So anyway, I won't bore you to death, and we'll get going with the rest of the car. So that's one side completed. It's pretty good. The only shortcomings I see are, I usually like to get in the fender wells. I'm curious to see what it's going to do on these wheels and tires. I think I'm going to do that next. And then the other thing I'm curious about are, like here on the headlight, bugs, that kind of thing. So I'll get this set up and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so there's a bug on the headlight. I mean, it hadn't been on there for years or anything, but spray a little bit of this stuff on there. Go here and grab my rag. Let's see how it. So yeah, came off fairly easy. With the dry rag. Yeah, that came off pretty nice. So if you haven't seen a video on polishing these headlights, go take a look at that. It's the 3M kit that I use. So they're still holding up pretty good. It's only been a month or so, but they still look pretty good. All right, well now I'm gonna do a little more cleaning, and then we'll see about cleaning one of these wheels using this stuff. All right, so I'm gonna try to see how this works on these wheels. These wheels aren't the funnest to clean anyway. Some
crevices in them, or spokes and whatnot. So I finished the whole car, and I haven't done any of the wheels or tires, but I'm going to do one here on camera. See how it turns out. Like I said, this would probably be easier if you had some big wide spoke factory wheels. These aren't anything fancy. They're just cheap, you know, local tire shop, no name brand wheels, but I thought they looked kind of cool. Kind of updated the look of the car, brought it out of the 90s a little bit. But anyway, they're typically a little more difficult to clean just because of the design of them. But they'll wipe it out, come back with the dry rag like I did on the whole rest of the car, and see how they turn out. One of the downsides, like I said before, let me see if I can grab this, is when I clean a car, I really like to clean in here. And without a pressured hose, you know, it's kind of hard to do, but anyway.
So anyway, just wanted to show you, used about half of what's in the bottle. So you could probably do this 2 times with a car. This car's pretty small, but it was really, really dirty. So I would say this $7, $8 bottle worth of stuff would probably last two washes of your car. So let's go outside and let's see what the car looks like. So here it is. I mean, this car's, as long as I've owned it, it's always been a 10-footer, but it looks really good. Didn't have any problems with that material. It really cleaned the windows good. The wheels were kind of a pain, but I've got some tire shine on those, so the tires look really good. But anyway, yeah, overall, car turned out, you know, just like it does any other time I wash it. That stuff does seem to have a little bit of some polymer maybe in it, so the surface feels really slick. But yeah, no, I'm satisfied with it. So we'll go back in and get out of the wind and talk about it. Okay, so got the car all finished up, got some pictures to put on Instagram, got a picture for a thumbnail. So final thoughts on this stuff. It worked really well. Would I substitute this from now on for doing, you know, a regular bucket hand wash type cleaning of the car? No, I probably wouldn't. Is this a good quick detailer type situation? Certainly. If you live in an apartment, if you live in some kind of building where you have a parking garage, just some kind of situation to where you don't have access to a water hose and a bucket and all that, especially in this, you know, situation right now with the COVID-19 and all that, where you don't want to go out. Of course, you would have to have this stuff already, or you would have to go out and buy it. But anyway, is it a good product for something like that, for just, you know, not having to go to a car wash, get quarters, or do a drive-through car wash, where you're trusting somebody else to clean your car with the rotating brushes and all that? I really don't like using those. I certainly wouldn't waste the money on an old car like I've got doing that. I think the product has its purpose. Like I said, would I substitute this now on for a bucket wash, you know, using water in a bucket and a water hose right here in my driveway? No. Was it good for today? It's kind of cloudy outside. It's a little bit cool, you know, just to come inside in the garage and kind of piddle around with it. Certainly, yeah, it worked for that. Would it be good to keep in your car, like if you go to a Cars and Coffee or a car show, to you know, do a quick detail? You know, when you drive through a parking lot and there's some water and it kind of splashes up on your lower rear quarter or on your bumper cover, would it be good for wiping that kind of stuff off? Yeah. I mean, would it be good to, you know, you're out in the garage piddling around and you just want to wipe your car down, it's not really dirty? Sure. For a car that was as dirty as my little Z3 that I just washed with this, probably not a good idea. Like I said, I used actually probably a little over half of what was in the thing. So it's not really cost effective as far as that goes. I think it's, you know, good for what it is for like a quick detailer type situation. I just wanted to give a full review on it, wash the whole car with it. It turned out really good. I've got no complaints. It's a lot of work, you know, because you're wiping it on and then you're going back over it. You don't want to leave any streaks or let any of that stuff dry on there. It worked really good, but like I said, am I gonna no longer wash my car with a water hose in a bucket? No. But you know, I'm gonna keep the stuff around, and it has its applications. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Please, 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 right now, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Please like the video. Please share the video. Trying to get this channel going here. I've had some good positive results so far. You know, it's going slow, but I'm enjoying it. So I'd like to really grow it more than what it already is. So anyway, please, please, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.